Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I am Aegis Course, bringing you another episode of Europa Universalis V. I am going to adjust some of the volume. Well, I think I already did, but um, it was just I've noticed on a lot of creators like the volume is extremely loud, and then when you join a war, it gets even louder. It's actually pretty fire for when you're not playing, but if you're trying to record, I wasn't hearing my voice come very clearly come through, so I had to adjust some settings on the recorder. Um, Again, I'm new to this game, like everyone else. I'm not a professional, and I didn't have early access, so I've had less than 24 hours with it. Still don't know most of the mechanics. I think this is something that you have to play for hundreds or even thousands of hours to really truly get what some of this is. So I'm going to rely on a lot of the automation tech um, to help me with some of the micro, just because I don't know. Okay. I don't know why default is an Iron Man, but that's another thing. So I know everyone has been playing like a nation in Europe, right? Like 100 Years War between England, mostly England. I've seen not so much as France. It's been mostly England as the challenger in the Hundred Years' War, I guess. Castile, Portugal for the colonial gameplay. Obviously, Scandinavia with the flavor they have. HRE, Bohemia, Austria, Hungary, and then the Balkans. Powder keg of the world, really, right? Um, I've also seen some people go into the Great Yuan, right? Like they have like $30,000 at the start or something absurd with 91 million people, right? So they're a behemoth. I've seen some within India too, right? But I wanted to try something in Southeast Asia, something a little bit different, something that's maybe off the beat from everyone else. If I'm going to create something, at least it would be interesting to others. Um, they're in an interesting place, right? They're obviously in the Buddhist area, surrounded by Buddhists. So the only options for Casas Belles of some of the more major players in the area would be you can only create them as tributaries. Like if you look at the available Casas Belles, the only I don't know why that's not showing up now. The only available Casas Belles is um, for them. It's for a tributary or non-Casas Belli where you can then make clay. But it's a huge hit to stability. Um, Not something that I'm immediately looking for, right? So we'll do those two at the start. At least to have some of the growth. I've noticed that institutions like there's multiple institutions inside the institutions, whereas like you'd have just Renaissance and colonialism. If you go into like the advances, there's feudalism, legalism, and meritocracy. I don't yet have meritocracy. I have legalism and feudalism, the meritocracy stuff. So I don't have access to this portion of the tree, right? And this is where you get a little bit more literacy, tax efficiencies, um, culture, speed of institution, right? Like, so it's like it certainly you can see why that's important. And you look at the map mode, um, at the backspace, institution map mode, and you see it starts to spread in China and um, part of Indochina, but it's not spreading to our regions. So the only way to do that, from what I've seen, is um, you can input goods, right? Like you can see this nation has what is it there? And again, I don't know the shortcuts yet, so apologize if things are slow. Um, raw materials. So they have fruit. Um, I have plenty of fruit, so it doesn't put that in. But um, Young, trade production, I'm trying to find that it's not into um it's not letting me import it. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'll worry about this a little bit later. I'm kind of expanding up here anyway, so maybe I'll just take that line myself. So like um so I'm creating a spell, cast a spell here. Um I have an unmarried heir, and unfortunately at the start, the only thing you can do is marry them to a lowborn. She loses some prestige and legitimacy, which is not good. Loads codified, uneducated masses, possible cabinet members. Um, I wanted to do control, increase province control. Pagan, which is obviously not my home state, but the largest state that I have with population. So I need to import somebody with the highest amount of admin, which is this person. Other thing I was to current migration. So admin, at least at the start, right? Until I get my claims, and then I might need to adjust that to have more of province control or vassal control or whatever. Right? So there's a couple of different actions that you can have, but the thought being here is like the more people that you have into your home regions with more control, um, the more manpower you'll have when you have to declare war and larger levies. So certainly a numbers game at the start. Um, so with that, I think, oh, unmarried children, possible rivals. Okay, so we'll do those guys at the start. Don't start war with them, but I plan on going to war with each of these guys, making them my tributary, eventually making them my vassal, so that I can have some vassal stacks to go after, countries in the future. Possible religious actions. I didn't want to use the one that loses stability. I just used the cash. Um, and then buildings, production, buildings, soldiers' buildings. Sergeantry increases the amount of levies that you have. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was inefficient mining. So um, this is, you start printing a little bit of money and you just kind of scale it until inflation starts to spike, which is just one click below there. I automate the tax because AI just kind of adjusts that based on the happiness of each of the 5 estates. And tax is obviously key at the beginning, right? In terms of automation, um, automate trade, I'll open automate, automate, uh, automate, uh, I'll automate these for now, including the generals, just because I forget to put a leader on and get crushed by morale if you don't. So better to have that than to forget. They're always going to just put the highest ranked military person. Possible reforms. Okay, so here it's kind of like the estates in EU4. I'm planning on going with um, vassal swarms. I'll do that. We'll go down here. There's increase levy size. Them more loyal. I'll do the enforced conversion. Tax, tax efficiency. I should have did the building cost first. Over military policy, so I can add that. Add a little bit more. Alright, so I think that that's enough for now. Might be able to add. I can add a little bit more, and obviously that is doing a good impact on. If I added too many there, now I have a coup chance. So, this could be a short video. Pinya, I need some weapons. I need to increase legitimacy to get rid of that disaster, so it's the legitimacy was in here. Oh yeah, stability. Let's just increase stability, so I'm half a stability every month. That's new. I have not seen that before. The jihad. I don't need. I'm not going to declare war on that. I feel like there's a lot more negative events in this than there are positive. saving up money because I want to build a town. I want to build a town here because it's a rural settlement, but it has one of the bigger populations that I have. Um, in between two big cities, so but it's quite expensive. It's 6. As you can see, I finally got a spy network. After 2.5 years. And now I can create a Casus Belli, which is just make a tributary. It's not even the ability to. And I notice I'm not growing diplomats, so I need to increase my spending there. It's not like in where we're like send out diplomats. Like now I can stop spending the spy network and I back. Um, that's not the case here. You gain a little bit more when you have less diplomats out. Um, but it's kind of like use it or lose it. So it's kind of like a running tally. I'm not gonna do it on them yet, just because I want to wait until done with this war, because that could take some time. Um, but I will do on the religious war on Kale. So on religious wars, you can take clay. I want to expand the travel network. This is kind of like the parliament in the other game. But you don't need to get to 100%. It actually will eventually. I'll just lose some support, but I still think at 87%, like, has a really of passing days. Um, Maybe I added too much here. Um, I don't know how to ground land. Not like you can seize land if you would. Actually, I didn't. I can probably marry a noble. Hope I lost more legitimacy there. Oh boy. Doesn't seem to be a way to increase just legitimacy. See, now if you want to found a city, it's 13. It's even more expensive than Imperator Rome, right? And 10 ducats a month, take quite a bit of time. And you don't take that much in wars. So, oh, so I have this. I forgot to do. Create a Casa Spelle. Oh, I thought I did do this. I didn't click kill, I think, when I clicked out, so it's not wasn't pressing. So I will stop putting that spy network. See that because I recall that person. Now I get instead of 10th of a diplomat, I get 20th. So let's start to chain. So we time network here because goal is to eventually I want to swing back in here because he has that other um, institution, so at least to kind of get onto the border here so it can start spreading into my region, China. At least that's the thought. Subsidize building back on. Oh, RTO, I wanted that. Right, so we have the Casa Spelle on them, I should say. They're stronger. I don't think I wanted it. Doesn't seem like this works, but because they don't like stay close to me or help me out in wars. Incredibly frustrating, but like they kind of do their own thing no matter what you click. But I'm sure I'm not understanding the mechanics of it yet. I mean, it's not like an EU4 where you can just say attach to me. I don't see that seem as a click as a button. If somebody knows better than me, I'm all ears. I'm still learning the game myself, but I've merged the units. There's nothing here that says. Attachment units. There you go. I see. I wasn't reading. It's usually my problem in these games. So let's go, and I have to be somewhat. Let's slow this down just because they lose morale as you move through. So if they catch you off guard, you can um, lose that first battle, and you lose the first battle. Um, it's tough to recover from, right? Because while we do have about 800 more men than them, it's still an oh shit, I mentioned it. Hopefully they reinforce. There you go, perfect. All right, now we're cooking. As you can see, we're losing about that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. All the way up there. I go admin. I don't see where they went now. I'm assuming they went all the way up here. I'm just going to siege this down. I don't know how they escaped all the way over there. I don't know where he's going. Hold on. he's going. He's going to my provinces. Probably going. That should be like stack wipe. There's no morale. That to siege just to like stop this stupid game of chase. Crossing penalty. I'm already at 100% war score. I didn't even realize that. Alright, so for peace, they're gonna have to completely humiliate them, but I really don't. Maximize costs, and then is there anything else I can add? No war reps. This officer is refusable. Oh, I don't lose stability. Okay, so I have almost this one done. What we can do is we can create a Casus Belli on him now because that's going to take some time. And then I'll be going to war soon with Kale. And are they? They're allied with One Ho. So what I'll do is I'll take over them, vassalize One Ho, since it's not connected to my land. Slow subjects. Don't need to. Spy network there. Unproof opinion of them. I should have waited till I had 300 because I can build all three at the same time. I don't know why, like when you add. I'll wait till that gets to 200 because I think you lose. You for some reason when you have there man there you lose on how many men you gain. Even when you max out army maintenance, it doesn't make a difference. Army maintenance maxed out. So I don't get it. When is this coup gonna happen? All right, so once I get that, I'll be able to recruit 3 regulars. Um, and I'll turn up the maintenance. So the coup can happen 1% each. Like I'd rather just kind of get on with it. All right, so we have them now. All right, so we can declare war on Kale. Doesn't seem like I can co-belligerate him. I've seen that in the past where I was, and then it calls in like several other nations. As you can see, we have way more people. Oh, maybe I can. No. Okay, so raise levies. I don't know why I have so few levies now. It was slowly growing. But it shouldn't be a problem for this war. Barely have enough stability. I don't want to lose more. Um, and then want to ask for access or purchase access. Purchase military access. How to suit that Viet. They're all the way over there. They're not really going to be a factor for a while. I don't want to Clasale. I also want to get my soldiers all the way over here. Okay, so separate super peace. Become our vassal. Um, and we'll separate super for them. Just take their land. Anything else we could do? All right, so now we have we're a couple of more provinces, and I can disband my levies here, and hopefully the and perfect timing because now we have them who we can create a casus belli on. Religious war, we'll go. And we'll build Steinmark here. I declare war on them. Let's see. they're solo, so I can just take their land. If I declare war on them, they're solo, so I can expand upwards and do this. Um, I can't declare war on them, right? They can only become. I can only make them a tributary. I can. I can make the release there. Or I am making a release there. Um, I can bring this spy network back, and let's. Okay. We'll have to get our levies recovered. Hopefully, we can get that back up to about 10 grand before we have to fight all daddy we have until 49 to do that. Okay, let's take a break here. This is part one of the Pinya stream, right? Where we've made a tributary of Laguniet, expanded a little bit northward, and did some of the setup. So hopefully we can, part two, we'll do a little bit um, more advanced, conquering, which in this game, my experience is a lot slower just because it takes a lot longer to get fabrications of claims and all that fun stuff. And going on speed 5 is a little too fast because morale is such a huge part of conquering. So I apologize if it's moving slower than you'd like, but I think it's just a factor of this game. So we'll take a break from here, and we'll see you next time.